Anchor is the best way to make a podcast. Anchor gives you everything you need in one place for free, which you can use from your phone or your laptop. Creation tools allow you to record and edit your podcast so that way it sounds great. They'll distribute your podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and many more. You can easily make money from your podcast with minimum listenership. Welcome to the No Save Zone podcast. You know what's up. You know what it is. Shout out to Spotify. Shout out to Breaker Podcast. Shout out to Apple Music Podcast, my new sponsor. Shout out to Google Podcast. Shout out to Radio Public. Shout out to all the podcasts. Shout out to all the podcast gang out there. Shout out to the Joe Budden podcast. Shout out to Brilliant Idiots. Everybody out there that makes this possible to happen. That helped me get a platform. Not help me give a platform, but help me get a platform. Shout out to everybody that's sponsoring me. Let's get to the shit, man. First and foremost, like, share, subscribe. If you got Apple, if you got an iPhone. If you got an Android, like, share, subscribe. Go to Spotify, go to Radio Public, whatever you have on your phone, go get it. If you have an Apple phone, if you have an iPhone, go to Spotify, go to Apple Podcasts. If you have Apple Podcasts on your phone, you should see a purple microphone. You should see a purple and white space, and it has a microphone in the middle of it. Type in No Save Zone Podcast. I will come up. Like, share, subscribe. If you would like to donate, please help make this podcast better than what it is by going to anchor.fm/No Save Zone Podcast. Again, if you would like to help me make this podcast better than what it is, for the culture, this podcast is for you all. It's not just for me. It's for everybody. I want to start a new movement. I want to have my own lane out here, become my own boss. Help me make that happen by going to anchor.fm/No Save Zone Podcast. And you could support by being a monthly donor for the lowest of 99 cents, for the most of $10. It goes to a great site. Go to a great site in anchor.fm, and it helps me out by getting better content and knowing what y'all want me to put out as far as what y'all want me to talk about in topics. You can also leave voice messages on anchor.fm/No Save Zone Podcast. Let me know anything you'll want to talk about. Leave voice messages for me. Anything I need to get better at, let me know. So let's get to the shits. I've been going for a little minute. I'm back now. So let's get right to it. NBA free agency. Come and gone. It's going to be gone on the 6th. Kawhi still ain't make a decision yet. He ain't going to the Knicks because the Knicks, they let him go. They let him walk. As far as an interview go, they didn't even want to have an interview because they didn't even want no interview with him because they didn't want to wait for no interview with him. So we lost that on Kyrie. We lost that on KD. We lost that on Kawhi. Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant, they went to the Brooklyn Nets. Shout out to the Brooklyn Nets for making that move. Kyrie Irving's from Jersey, so, that's a hometown move for him in the tri-state area for us. So I don't believe in my Knicks no more, man. Just be straight to the shit. I don't believe in my Knicks. I don't believe in my Knicks no more. Dolan, you fucked up too many times. I'm 27 years old. You fucked up too many times for me to believe in you anymore. I don't fuck with you no more. I'm sorry. I gotta do what's best for me. I just can't. I don't even want to watch the games. As far as RJ Barrett goes, if I watch, it's going to be for him and Kevin Knox. But anybody else, And Mitchell Robinson, that boy is center. He nice too. But other than them three, I ain't watching for nobody else because you ain't getting nobody in the draft but the Bobby Portis and the Taj Gibson, two people that. And Julius Randle. But that move right there was thought to be made. So I'm not even surprised about that move. You want to make a move, sign Kawhi Leonard. Get somebody like DeMarcus Cousins at center that can help Mitchell Robinson be a better center than what he is. But you're not going to do that because you fucked up and you were asshole as an owner and a president. So it is what it is. But the Nets, let's stay on sports. I think they'll go to the playoffs again for the next 4 years. This season coming in, they'll go to the playoffs, but I don't think they'll go to the finals until KD gets better because you got DeAndre Jordan and Kyrie Irving that's going to be holding it down. And they can't do it by themselves. They got a solid squad, but I just can't see it. I can't see them winning the ring until KD comes back off recovery from this Achilles tear. But it is what it is. So shout out to Kyrie Irving for making that switch to Rock Nation Sports like I knew he was. So shout out to you on that. I'm also trying to do some things with Rock Nation as well. So hopefully, if anybody from Rock Nation hear this, Pekaz, if you hear this, Bleak, if you hear this, Biggs, anybody listening, I'm available. I want to do a partnership. I want to be managed. It is what it is. Can't nobody own me. It's black-owned business. I want to do anything. I want to do everything how Rock Nation did they shit, but I want to do it my way. So I don't want to do it after nobody. I want to do it my way. Let's talk about some more free agent news. Iguodala got traded. D'Angelo Russell is going to the Warriors. I feel like the Warriors need to trade him because that's not going to be a good move for D. Russell anyway. And I feel like with D. Russell, D-Lo going to be a good. He's a solid point, and he's an all-star. But they saying he's the only reason he's an all-star because Oladipo got hurt. But either way it go, he's still an all-star. So, hey, it is what it is. He grew up from that dude that we knew that was on the Lakers. So I commend him on from what he's been doing as far as he's been in the league so far. And that growth shows a lot in the man as far as where he came from. Let's talk about music. Make a transition from sports to music. New music came out. Dreamville album comes out. It got like 19 songs on the album. It should be solid. I like what Cole is doing with Dreamville right now, making his own label, you know. Got them boys like JID and Reason coming up out of there with the TDE. He doing a little TDE and Rock Nation collab. So that's dope. I fuck with it. Them boys is bad over there. I rock with it. The album should be nice. I'll be listening to it when I get up off of here. So, salute to them boys. A Chris Brown album came out, 38 tracks. Indigo. That shit was cool. I rock with it. I ain't got no... Anything Breezy come out with, man, it's hard. It's solid. It's hard. So you can't really say anything bad about anything that Breezy do musically. Anything personally that he do, I can give a damn about. I don't give a damn about because I don't know that man personally. But he do have some stuff going on right now that I do want to talk about since we're on the subject of Chris Brown. Colorism. Let's talk about it. So Tokyo Vanity is going at Breezy and is basically saying like what people probably already knew about Chris Brown, that he only like a certain type of like, I ain't gonna say color. That sounds hard, but he only like a certain complexion of a female or whatever like that. And what, like I say, I always say it. I say it to my people personally that know me. You like what you like, man. People get mad about what they people about stuff that they like as far as females go. Just like men, we can't get mad at females because of what they like, but we end up getting mad at them anyway for what they like. You know, females like tall dudes down. It's like what Duval just said it on Instagram not too long ago, and I seen it. He said, "Why is it a problem that people have a problem with what Chris Brown likes, but these females like tall dudes. They don't like short dudes. They don't like this. They don't like this about a dude. But when Chris Brown say what he don't like, then it's a problem." I agree with him. You know, you can't play a lane and expect to fuck with somebody and they don't fuck with the type of person that you are. Like, it's like, okay, what was I don't know what the line was, but it was something about a female and their complexion and their hair. I think he said something like, I only fuck with browns. I only fuck with the light skinned girls or pretty hair or some shit like that. He said, it's fucked up to say, but he's a grown ass man. He do what he want. He say what he got to say what he want. At the end of the day, nobody gonna stop listening to that man music. Oh, here's the line right here. I'm looking at it. It says, Chris Brown pissing off black women. He will only date black females with a nice hair. That's what it is. Females going in on Breezy right now. Talking about he's an asshole. Y'all knew this already about this dude, man. Like, come on. I know somebody personally that did security for Chris Brown when he came down here 4-5 years ago for a concert, and he was told me he was on his bus, and he would only let a certain females in with a certain complexion. And people, I mean, that's what he like. It's fucked up. It's fucked up, but that's what he like. You can't get mad about what that man like. It is what it is. Me per se, I love all my black queens, no matter what complexion you are. As long as you keeping yourself up, that's all that matters to me. And I will hope it will be like that on the other end for any females, but females nowadays like to suck cucumbers and shit. So we don't know. I don't know. But that's some nasty ass shit too. Let's get off the topic about Chris Brown. Let's talk about this shit right here. If I see one more person going to a goddamn grocery store. I work in the grocery store, so if I work in the grocery store like right now. So if I see somebody do this shit in my store, I'm cussing them out. I don't even care if I get in trouble. But if this nasty ass shit with the cucumbers and goddamn the mouthwash shit, you gargling the mouthwash and you putting the shit back, this shit is fucking disgusting, and you doing this shit for likes, and this shit is not cool. Stop it. It's not cool. Like, I don't know what this fucking world is coming to, that y'all just doing shit for likes and y'all doing shit for retweets to get Instagram and Twitter famous. It's bad enough we got females out here that want to be Instagram models. They can't be themselves in their personal life, so they got to be somebody else on Instagram. And now we got females sucking cucumbers and people doing the mouthwash shit. It's just fucking asinine, and I don't fuck with it. So that's some nasty ass shit. That shit has to fucking stop. That's it for that. That's all I have to say about that subject. Let's talk about some movies. 2 movies that I want to talk about is the remake for The Little Mermaid. Shout out to Haley from Chloe and Haley. She has got the starring role as Ariel in The Little Mermaid. And people are mad that she has the role in The Little Mermaid because Ariel wasn't black. So I could care less if that girl was black. Ariel was black because when was the last time we had a black princess other than Princess and the Frog? And that's another thing too. I hear people saying that if the person that portrayed the little girl that was in the Princess of the Frog, if somebody portrayed her and put her as a white girl, people will be in the uproar or whatever like that. But you have to understand, Ariel from The Little Mermaid, she's a mythical creature. She's mythical. She's not real. Get off of that. From what I hear and from what I know about history, I don't want to put too much on it because I don't know too much about the person the real person that was the server or whatever like that for the Princess of the Frog, because I probably seen the movie and didn't pay attention to it. But from what I know about it, it was a real life person in the 1940s or the 1950s that had that it wasn't her name, but she had the same role that the girl had in the Princess of the Frog, basically. So you can't compare a mythical creature to somebody that was real. And the fact that this girl Haley from Chloe and Haley has this part is a fucking big deal for her, and it's a big deal for black women everywhere. And it's a big deal for these little girls out here that's black and that's watching her grow up as she does her music, and that looks up to her because that shows them that they could do anything that they want to do, as far as if they want to be a singer, if they want to be in the movies, whatever. So shout out to her. It is sad that we see stuff like this and people of color just don't get appreciation anymore like that. So, but I salute you, Haley, Chloe and Haley, if y'all listening. If y'all ever get a chance to listen to this, shout out, salute. I'm not going to talk about politics because this is not a podcast where I talk about politics. And I'm not a really political person like that. So anything I would talk about, I would want to know about anyway. So we're going to skip over politics because I don't know anything about the politics. So I got one thing to say to motherfuckers that think they know about this pod, that think they know about me personally. And anything that anybody hear about somebody, anything that anybody think they heard about me, if I didn't come to you and say it to you, this is what they did to you. This is how I feel about them people. That's how I feel, because there's niggas out here that's really gonna be hating. So the simple fact that I'm out here now and I'm doing this, I'm trying to create my own lane. I want to create my own lane for me. I want to create my lane of this podcast world for the people that I know that want to do this, that want to be in this world. I want to be in the industry. This is the choice that I've made. So it is what it is. I done seen a couple of stuff already on Twitter and everything like that. I ain't even gonna speak on it, but you know who you are. I walk down Albemarle Road all the time and I don't never see you. So, you know, it is what it is. Last time I seen you was at an ABC store. You ain't saying nothing to me, but you had a lot to say to somebody that we know. But it is what it is. When you see me, you don't need to speak. But you want to run your mouth like a little chatty patty to people that we know and everything like that. But it's all good. That's a little rant. That that wasn't even a topic to stay on. I just wanted to rant a little bit. Here's what it is. Shout out to Spotify. Shout out to Breaker. Shout out to Apple Music. Shout out to Apple Podcasts. Shout out to everybody that's listening to this podcast on whatever platform that you're listening to this on. Shout out to everybody on Facebook Live that watches me on Facebook Live. If you want to support this podcast, once again, go to anchor.fm/No Safe Zone Podcast. For the lowest, you can support for 99 cents. For the highest, $10. It will be greatly appreciated, and it will make this podcast better than what it is. Try to make this podcast number one anywhere, from Spotify, from Apple Podcasts, anywhere. So let's get into this music. Let's get into some more music. I talked about the Chris Brown album. I talked about the Dreamville album that I'll be listening to later on. But I want to play some sleepers real quick. A couple of my young boys, man. My young boys, they slap. So I only listen to 1, 2, 3 people out of Charlotte. That's from Charlotte. Let's get that clear. No shot to the baby, but from Charlotte. And 3 people I'm about to name, they hard as hell. I fuck with them, pause. But my young boy, Daz the Wish Boy, he go by Daz the Wish Boy. His name Herb, though. I fuck with him. I gotta fuck with more of his music, though. I ain't even gonna cap. I gotta fuck with more of his music. I fuck with my young boy Eli Kumar. He's straight out of Charlotte. I fuck with him. His music is definitely hard. And I fuck with my brother. This is like, I'm like, no shit. I done known the young boy since 2004. I done watched Elijah, and I done watched Damien grow up from a young boy to a grown ass man doing their thing. As far as music wise, as far as personally, whatever they do personally, they make sure they do it well. And I only surround myself by the people that want to become bosses and want to do their thing on their own. And I fuck with it and I salute you. So if you get a chance to listen to this podcast, I salute you, my G. Real shit. Everybody that I just named straight out of Charlotte, I fuck with you. Those are the only 3 people that I fuck with out of Charlotte that rap. So let's play a song real quick by my boy Elijah. He go by Eli Kumar on anything that you might type in. I think he has music on Apple Music, but listen to him on YouTube. Young boy go hard. This song right here is called Saint Boy. Check it out.
I told that out like a saint, nigga turn slime, he just got ranked. I just put gas in my wood, it stank, niggas get punked like it was a prank. Serve that pack in my white tank, sippin' no act, no that's not drink. I just put 10 bands in the bank, I do what I want, you do what you can. Hey, most of these niggas be ain't the money, I got it, I just did a plank. Drop 2 bands when I'm in LA, I need sign-ups, only be away. Hey, young nigga get it, I gotta go ball. YouTube on that beat, but it came out the vault. Download that bitch, bring it out in a pop. Running my route like a motherfucking slime. Big dog nigga don't play, big dog little shit, big dog gon' girl every day. Pull out to the couple, let's race. I get that shit from my bag. We're running, I'm drinking the stage. I went to Detroit and I came back with Ace. Serving this station today. Couple more time to trap out the vacation. You getting less, but I really need more. I need a bad way, so I go to the store. Original Jesus cut forward. I run in that pallet drip because you know I'm a star. I just popped the perk in the bucket and bitch on the floor. That mean that she ready. We can't let her through the door. I just left. I got the bitches on me and they call me Kamar. I got chains on me and they shine. And I roll with slime, that's 5. I got a bad little bitch, she a dog. I make 1 + 2 every time. Say what? Say what?
That was my young boy Eli Kumar. You already know what it is. Shit go hard, man. Check my young boy out. Anybody that I refer to y'all, they the truth. They the shit. I fuck with them. And if I fuck with them, I'm gonna fuck with them heavy. For real. Next dude I'm about to play, like I said, that's my brother named Damien. He go by Mian. MIAN. Check him out on Apple Pod. Check him out on Apple Music. Check him out on Spotify. His name is Mian. I done known Mian since like 2004, 2005. So knew his brother too. Rest in peace to my brother Warren, man. For real shit. That shit still hurt, man. And he been gone for a minute. But we gonna continue to keep your name alive. Real shit. And rest in peace to Elijah. Elijah's young boy. I don't know his name, but dude was young as hell. You know. But condolences to his family. And hope they find peace. Elijah, I hope you find peace too. But this is my young boy, Mian, right here. Nigga's nice. Check him out.
Woke up this morning soul searching. Open my soul perfect. I know that ain't the case to be the man that overshadow, never understand. When I follow the dreams, never stick to the plan. I be damned if I say it, then it's quicksand. So I pick up a mic. Niggas is robbing and taking lives, they never living. Hoping to see things. Reason why we left on the planet, cause everything we go through, God planned it. I'm sick of these skeleton failures trying to fulfill us a life that we never knew. So I keep it cool, real cool, like a black fool. No slave to the grind, you can't get in my mind. Speaking that, committing the crime. And that's one thing that I know. That's one thing that I know. I know I'm cold like an October night. And everything I do, it isn't right. But I will change my ways. I will change my ways. I know I'm cold like an October night. And everything I do, it isn't right. But I will change my ways. I will change my ways. Woke up this morning soul searching. Is my soul perfect? Be a young plant, Sega Genesis. I like it personally. Remember this. The hot water on shoulders keep you out of the cold. Always complaining, forget when you get old. Take it way back now. Never could wear shit crown. I was fighting, we never back down. To anything that have you fun. Summer's come, we stay outside till summer done. Take a look at my past. I'm growing up real fast and now I miss those days. Arguing with my mama, I'm gonna fix these days. All I do is feed me. Tell me what I see on TV. And I know it's illicit, but it's not, believe me. So searching. I know I'm cold like an October night. And everything I do, it is right. But I will change my ways. I will change my ways. I know I'm cold like an October night. And everything I do, it isn't right. I will change my ways. I will change my ways.
That was my young boy Mian. He nice as hell. Check him out. That's it for the podcast. I'm gonna be back on with another one. Check me out.